Nelson.
About time too.
Time for our team. First up we have the Machine from Kazakhstan. Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico.
As soon as the ball goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Kazakhstan. Wearing the white trunks, trimmed with black, the Machine. Fighting out of the blue corner from Cleveland, Ohio in the United States. Here is the battle-ready cruiserweight and popular social media superstar, introducing the problem child, Jake Paul.
Fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. How about that time counter shot? Nice defense on that jab. Perfect counter shot. Just gets out of the way of that left hand. Johnny, you would know this better than me, but I would hate fighting someone with this swarmer style. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you get off the ropes. You can't get your offense off. You just got to deal with them.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
The courage on display here is incredible. Punch, counter punch. Neither fighter willing to slow down. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice counter punch right up the middle. They've got the momentum. Here's the bell for round two. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. This counter fighter believes in me. Anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first. And Machine goes down. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four. Listen to me. Are you okay?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
How about that time counter shot? Nice stop, but that won't score. Perfect counter lands. Punch, counter punch. Big swing and a miss with the hook. So much for defensive abilities. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with on to the third. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
That counter shot lands. Catch and shoot. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. He threw a punch and just got countered. And they got caught. How are they still standing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good counter punch. This may do it. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
They're in trouble. And Jake Paul goes down. How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
I need to see that again.
He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out. Back at it in round 4. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
And this with that jab. How about that time counter shot? Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing his... Did you see that? Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter shot lands. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. How about that time counter shot? Straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. All hands on deck. We are witnessing a... After what we saw in that... Time for the 5th round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are big. Did you see that? And that was it. That was the big shot we were waiting for. Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did they do? What did they tell him when he goes back to...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? And down goes Jake Paul. I don't care how good your chin is. A punch like that, and you're going down.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Those counter punches have to hurt. Defense failed them. And down goes Machine. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come to me.
Both men. This is the beginning of round 6. Both fighters went to the canvas last round. What are we going to see here?
One fighter got knocked down earlier, got back up again to knock him down. How are they going to walk back?
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. So much for defensive abilities. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
There's a counter shot. The straight right just misses. Miss with that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Can't land the jab there. Well done with that counter shot. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. There's the bell to start round 7. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Beautiful counter shot. He threw the hook, didn't land. Defense is not an option for these two. Nice counter. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Those counter punches have to hurt. A perfect counter lands. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. What a massive upset this would be. And a round that seemed like... And there's the bell for round 8. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter shot. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. That counter shot lands. There's a counter shot. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Will the referee step in? And Jake Paul couldn't handle any more of it. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory.